Da 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 da. Maybe we are working. Let me go onto my YouTube. You think I would remember how to do this? It's not been that long. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, I can hear it perfect. I can hear it perfect. Okay, let me share. Share. I'm so slow with this stuff. Okay, I think this worked. Maybe? Okay, look at that. I still remember how to operate things. Love to see it. All right. Just wait a little bit. Check everything. Make certain we're all good. All right. Okay. What was up? I gotta write down my ducks. 2 ducks. 2 ducks. Not really ducks, but it's good enough. 2 ducks. 5. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what I need to make. What I want to make. Should be the question. But Skitty, you gonna come up here? All right. Let's try this. Do I want to make a Valentine's Day cow? Do I not want to make a Valentine's Day cow? The decisions are just crazy. Maybe I should just do ducks. I don't honestly know. Valentine's Day cow or ducks? That is the question. Just don't have a market that I'm doing to sell the cow. Okay. Though we're just gonna grab this first and we'll start working another duck. Why not? Okay. Magic ring increase, SE1 increase. Okay. 1, 2. Increase. If I can get my hook up. 1, 2. Increase. 1, 2. Increase. 2. Increase. My poor cat is staring me down. What? If you come over here, you're gonna have to get your medicine. 2. I feel like with as many repeat things as I make at this point, I should have all of these patterns memorized because it's rinse and repeat at this point. I feel like I should remember everything. Hello, good evening. I hope you are having a great day so far. I don't know if it's like night for you, morning. it's later for me. I'm ready to go to bed. Technically, I'm like half asleep right now. I feel like it has been a not good day, just to put it lightly. But I'm here. I'm here. I wanted to start getting back in the live stream, so now that I am free from doing all of my customs, because yeah, that was so many customs for Christmas time. It's about 8. Yeah, that's how it is for me too. I'm like Eastern. I guess I'm technically Eastern Standard Time, is I think what they call it. But it's like 7:54, and I feel I get up every day at about 4. I think my alarm clock is set like early, so that way when I get up, I'm like getting up like I think 10 minutes late. So I'm up at like 4:50 every day. So when I get to this time of day, I'm like I can like hit the hay. And today's just been, oh Lord. Hello. I am here. Today was just like I'm extremely fortunate that with my other job, I like hell, it's been going all right with like, since I do so much with horses and whatnot. But with my barn, we take like a lot of older horses. So the concept I always explain to people is like, basically, if a horse is coming to my place, as bad as it sounds, it is coming there to pass away. Like, it's just, we're like that final destination where they get like spoiled and pampered and loved on until their dying days, basically. And so today was just like one of the horses got sick really bad, and it's not one of mine, it was Borders, and it was just bad. But the horse is up at the university right now, to see if it will pull through or not. But it's just like I feel like I've spent the past like 4 days, and today was just a lot. So I'm here, I am present. Maybe like not 100% present, but I'm in the room. 3:30, yeah, that's 3:30 might be a little difficult for me to swing. Sometimes even like 4:50, I'm like, every single day. Since it's all with horses, there will never be a day off. Like, if it's pouring down rain, if it's freezing cold, if I'm like just so exhausted when the alarm clock goes off, I'm like, okay. And since I do all of the work myself, like we don't have any outside help, it's just me and then my mother who helps. We never get a day off. Like, I think it was Christmas. I think the weather was super bad on Christmas. It was either Christmas Eve or Christmas here. We had like a ton of rain. It was so windy. And all I wanted to do was like just stay inside and not go out when it was like so cold and like 20-25 mile per hour winds, and like just like it was pouring down rain. But then I had to will myself. It's like, okay, I have to like take care of the animals. I wish I could stay and sleep, but see, I used to, before having this job and everything and having this facility, I like used to be like one of those people who like never use an alarm. I was like, I'm not. I'll wake up when I feel like waking up. And now I mean, my body is, I guess, trained. I guess if you wake up like every single day at the same time, you kind of get in that like routine and habit. So like now I'm like, okay. I think even if I didn't have an alarm, I would still wake up around like 5:30, but I just don't trust myself. And I'm like, I'm one of those people who will not, like, I hate being late to anything. So I'd rather be like really early or like on time. And oh my gosh, if I'm like 5 minutes or 10 minutes behind schedule when it comes to like taking care of the horses, I just go like full blown panic. I don't like I can't do it. You wake up earlier. That's I'm the exact like if I back when I used to have like an off day on occasion before we had like this size of facility that we do now, I would still be the same. Like I don't if I woke up later, I felt like I got done so much less. It would drive me crazy. I was like, I feel like I just lost like 2 or 3 hours of my life because I slept. So I 100% get that. How do I like the snow? Well, I actually did get snow. Not much, but it's really funny because I like where I'm situated, I'm always like in the cuff of I guess like the cutoff typically, but I kid you not, if there's a chance for snow in Georgia, somehow I'm gonna get it. Like nobody else, my neighbors down the street got nothing. And my horses were outside and I looked out and I was like, no, you've got to be kidding me. And it started snowing and then it started sleeting. And I think it snowed for like 20 minutes, I want to say. It was nothing like crazy heavy or anything, but my horses hated the snow. I don't know if it was necessarily the snow or if it was like the sleet hitting them, but they at one point it got like heavy enough for like it was white, like you couldn't see. And it luckily stopped and it was so warm nothing sticks, but I was like I'm sick and tired of it. You didn't even see a flake. I'm shocked because I'm pretty certain you're more up north than I am. And like I said, I'm like on this really weird, like I don't know if it's because I'm near like a lake, I don't know. I'm kind of near a mountain-ish. So I'm just like, if there's ever a chance, I'm gonna get snow. I'm gonna get something, whether it's like snow, ice. Usually it's ice, honestly. I'm shocked we even had snow because if there's ever a chance, we are always gonna get ice. It's just how it is. Oh yeah, you should have definitely got snow then. Cause you have way more north. I mean it like it didn't stick because I think it was like 30. It was 30 something outside, but the ground was so warm that like it was not gonna stick at all. But just like the thought of snow, oh my gosh. Haven't got any accumulating snow since. I've heard that for like a lot of places that this winter, like they haven't had that much snow. I think like Christmas time, I have friends like up in Wisconsin, I think, and they didn't have snow, and it was like the first time that they've like not had like it hasn't been snowing or anything on Christmas, and that was like so crazy to them. The bad thing is like I would never want snow because I live down here in the south, being in Georgia, and if it snows or ices, especially kind of more like towards the city, everything shuts down. Like we cannot process the thought of like half an inch of snow. Granted, usually ice is like after or before, so ice is so different from snow, but like our whole world falls apart over a flake of snow. Oh, Michigan? That is crazy to think about that you guys haven't had that much snow. I always think up north being like you guys get a lot of snow, but I think I have a friend up north and I think she's been saying it's been raining. But we're supposed to get a lot of rain here coming up, but we've been even then like I want to say below our average rainfall because it has not felt like that bad this year. I was yeah, that's basically like our whole entire world falls apart and nobody knows how to drive and the grocery stores like are depleted of everything. Buffalo. That is literally insane for me to think about. Like I have had so many friends up north because like just riding friends and this is the time of year or even before honestly, I think a lot of my friends leave in like October, November, December time range to head to Florida because it snows so much up north that they can't ride. So that's insane. Now, granted, I don't know what's worse, snow or rain. I don't really know. I don't like either. I think like a good moderation. We're about to get, like I said, a ton of rain here. I think I saw like 6 inches over the next week. So that means like all my stuff is gonna flood. I'm not gonna be able to ride that much. I'm not very happy about that. I guess it'll leave me more time to crochet, but I'm like, I hate having a farm in the winter. It's mud everywhere. Yeah, I know we've had below average rainfall here. And I definitely know we've not had the winter that we usually have because I keep getting like memories on my phone of like my like arena being flooded and like my pastures having like that much water on them. So we definitely have not had the rain that we usually get in the wintertime, which I'm so thankful for. Like I'm like, oh, it's so nice not having everything flood all the time. But at the same time, it is January. Like I think usually majority of the world, the worst winter months are like January, February, and then sometimes March is really bad. I know it's like I always think spring on March, but I think spring might still be. Let me check that real quick. Is March spring? Oh, like it's actually a top question. Oh well, actually, it is spring. So I think it's worse winter months are January and February. I just know March we get like crazy amount of rain too. Just well, I think the hard thing though is like lately when we've been getting rain, the wind has been wicked. Like I'm surrounded by trees, so like I'm woods all over besides me. And I get so scared when it rains, and then the wind has been insane. My horses hate the wind when it's like that, but I'm always scared about trees falling. That's like my we've had it before where it will rain like a ton, and then out of like nowhere, and then the trees can't keep up, and then like things are falling, and it's like horrible. I think it was last year, it kept raining and raining and raining, and I didn't even think anything about it, but like I was outside on my pathway that has like a lot of overhanging tree limbs over the pastures, and out of the blue, like I don't know if it was because there's been so much like rain and then with the wind and it like snapped and it almost hit um me and my mom, and I was like, oh. I always have to go and check like the fence lines and make sure there's no trees down, or like fence boards broken when it's super windy because things snap all the time. Yeah, the straight line winds, I just like it's been actually like today was not bad windy wise, but a couple days ago it was really blowing, and I was riding my horse during the probably like I ride usually about like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so that's usually like when the wind is kind of like ramping up, is like 1, 2, 3, and oof. Let me tell you, there's nothing worse than like riding and then like that cold wind like gets up their butt, and then it's like, oh my god. You have to like hold on because they will just take off with you. It's that cold breeze that like gets up in them and they're out. And so it was an eventful ride, I'll say that. Good evening, yes, and happy new year, everyone. It's crazy. I honestly can't believe it's a new year. I can't believe this past year has passed. Like, I felt like, I don't know, every day is just like passing so frequently. I literally don't even know what day it is half the time. Only time I know, like, what day it is and like the date and what day of the week it is if I have like a vet appointment. Like today, Sloan had to have a vet appointment. So if you happen to buy a plushie from me over Christmas, or anybody who got customs done, your your item will help to pay for my horse's vet bill. And he has a I guess it's not a chiropractor, like a body work type thing next week in Farrier. So a lot of my Christmas little customs are gonna be going out to pay my vet bills. But yes, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you guys have had a good two days into the year. My 2 days have been not great. But I actually did. Oh, I guess I should show you guys my camera. So if you guys happen to watch the last video that I posted, which I can't remember what day that was. Like I said, I honestly don't know the days anymore. Everything is just like blurring together. But if you happen to watch my last video, which was the first video that I posted in like quite a hot minute, I am gonna be back to like regular posting. I have been recording for another like crochet with me in a week market prep thing, and just like today was just not a good day, so I didn't get any content today, but the rest of the week I definitely will be getting content. So there will be the crochet with me video coming out, like I guess it's a crochet with me. I'm just gonna crochet vlog, whatever. It will be coming out later this week. And then I thought it would be a lot of fun to do a video like recapping all of the customs that I took from like November to December, because I think I have not like sat down and actually counted, but I would say I had at least like 15 customs, and I did not post them all, but I thought it would be fun to like do a video, and I'll like include like the pictures and everything and like links to patterns and whatnot, and then also like give you guys a rough idea of like maybe like what I charged for the custom, and like did I think like, oh, I should have charged more, I should have charged less, like that type of thing. I thought could be like a fun little video, and you guys can see, because I mean, I haven't been amazing about posting on social media because it's just been like crazy. But if you watch the last video I did with the bouquets, because that was my last like big custom. I have 6 days to complete it. It was insane. But if you watch that, I did get a new camera, so I'll show you guys. I actually think I have it up here. Let me see. Yeah, I have it up here. And I ended up actually getting this like on a whim. It was not at all in my intention. And it was not a Christmas gift. I sadly had to pay for it. Yes, there are tons and tons and tons of chiropractors for horses. My horse actually has a chiropractor. I've not seen a chiropractor in years. Like nothing, I will never pay any money to help me out, but my horse, 100% willing to go drop like a couple $100s on him every couple weeks. Like whatever he needs to make him happy, I'm 100% willing to like try and figure out a way to do that for him. But there's a tons of chiropractors for horses. My chiropractor that I use for like my particular horses and everything, she is chiropractor plus vet, which I'm more comfortable with, but there's also like a ton of chiropractors out there that don't have like a vet degree or something, but they're trained to do the adjustments. I've just always thought like, well, if I have it like a chiropractor slash vet, if they come out and something's like wrong that they find on the adjustment, it's so much easier to just be like, okay, you're out here. Do what you need to do. And then I don't have to get like a second party involved and another vet bill and another vet thing. So but there are tons of chiropractor for vets or horses, and they make a very good amount of money. It's like $150 to $200 at least for an adjustment. So they get paid very well. Yes, let's go. I would love to see that, Nicole. Yeah, I need to get better at posting like reels and stuff. I'm like one of those people that like loves to make things, but then like if the idea of like recording, I'm like, okay, I can only record so much. I only have so much energy. And like sitting in front of a camera and talking all day, I can do it all day. I'm 100% comfortable with it. But like doing the like camera, I'm like, and also my phone right now is just like a mess. I forgot, because I haven't done a live stream in so long, I forgot how bad it was to take the screen off my camera, because the whole back of my iPhone are shattered. Like shattered, chunks coming out of it. So, and my like screensaver thing, because I mean, you know, I'm like, I live in a barn, like, come on. It's so scratched up and like banged up. So whenever I try and take like the videos, it's like foggy and horrible. Like, well, I've already paid once to have my phone fixed, and basically they gave me a new phone and it shattered within like 2 days, and I just decided I'm gonna like have this phone until it's like chunks and like I can see the wires, and then I will go take it back. But I just don't, my quality isn't good on my phone right now. Thank you. Yes, those bouquets took, I was basically like getting a bouquet out a day, and that was with a football, a mascot that I had to make, which the mascots were pretty complicated. Like, I don't think I ever had an easy mascot. And then I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 8+ flowers per bouquet. And so I was basically doing like a bouquet a day. Like, oh, my body was in so much pain. I don't know if it was working with like acrylic yarn since it's so much smaller. Oh, it took me out. I was not feeling good at all after that. Yeah, that horse people will pay anything to have a horse. Anything. I mean, like, there's nothing cheap. I think everything I do for my horse is at least 150 up. So, and that's like every 3 weeks at least. And I have multiple multiple things he gets done. That's why I crochet. I started last year posting my makes. That's awesome. I think I give credit to anybody who can post what they make, because like it, I'm still not really comfortable like on Instagram, because I feel like Instagram, and I guess Instagram, because that's mainly, I do have an Instagram account that I go on. I feel like everything on Instagram looks so perfect. It is so intimidating, because like I just follow so many accounts where they do like so much like extra editing on like the photos, and like everything just looks like so aesthetic and everything, versus YouTube I feel like could be like a little bit more like, so I'm so intimidated on like Instagram, because it's just, it feels, I don't, it's too I don't, manufactured. I don't know. It's just like, it's not necessarily my feeling, but I know I need to like post on Instagram, but it's not happened yet. Oh, there's everything for horses. We do acupuncture, body work, MagnaWave, which I have a machine for that one. Chiropractors, dentists. I'm trying to think of other things that are like unusual. Anything that there is for a human, there is at least for a horse. Like, so much of human medicine has been modified into the horse world. So, I mean, we've got like water treadmills for horses, treadmills, like everything, in any salt baths, chirotherapy, like with the freezing stuff, just anything you can think of. There'll be a horse version. It's just probably like, I don't know, a couple $1,000 at least more expensive. But this is the camera that I ended up getting. It's a Sony. A Sony V something. Oh, Sony SV1. And this is the camera that I used for my most recent video. So if you like notice, like the quality was a little better, and I was able to like get some different shots of me actually crocheting. Sorry, this thing doesn't have a turn. Well, you can turn it on and off with a button, but if you open the screen, it will actually automatically turn on, which is kind of actually nice, because I tend to forget to turn things off. But like you can see, if I close this screen right here, it automatically turns off, which is nice, because I'm horrible about remembering to turn things on and off. But I ended up getting this as a Christmas gift for myself. I honestly went to Best Buy for like laughs. I was like, I'm gonna look, see what cameras they have. This was the last one in stock, And I want to say I got this, and then I got a tripod stand. And I think together I saved like 150 between the two of them. So I kind of like walked out making a deal, but at the same time it was a little bittersweet to pay. But I was very happy because I was like, okay, the quality seems to be much improved in the last video, and I can get some better shots. And kind of like my goal into like this year was like trying to put a little bit more effort and get off my phone so much with recording besides like live streams, because y'all, if I did my computer again, it would be horrible. So trying to avoid that situation. But I'm trying to decide what I want to crochet. I don't know if I want to make like another cow again. I think maybe more cows. So I'm trying to like keep working through my pattern that I wrote up, and just keep making sure that I like how it's flowing, like what it's producing. And I think I have to go back and like change like 1 or 2 lines, but I have pretty much written out a majority of my pattern just for like me to be able to have. But yeah, one of my goals coming into 2024 was to actually write my own patterns. I don't know how many patterns I'll be doing just because this is like my first pattern, and a lot of people don't realize December actually was my 6 month anniversary of crocheting, was like December 24th, I think. So I'm still fairly new to crochet world type stuff, and so I was like, I want to write a pattern for 2024. Well, I've already done it, so I'm pretty proud of myself. And I want to kind of make more, but I don't want it to be like my thing. I mainly decided to make the pattern because I was trying to fulfill a need that I have with my own markets. So I'm trying to decide if I want to make another cow. I made this one yesterday because I wanted to make just like a standard black and white cow. But I think that the size ended up being pretty good. I wanted it to be mini, but I didn't want it to be like mini, and then I also didn't want it to be big. I wanted it to be like an in-between kind of size, because I get asked so much on markets for mini cows, and I just haven't liked any of them that I've really done. So I have been playing around with it. That's the one. This is the second one I made. If y'all watch the next video, you'll see the first one, and it is terrifying. It's a little scary. Like, I was like at first I felt really proud of it, and then once I made the second one and changed things, I was like, oh my god. I'm happy I chose really weird colors, because then if I keep it, I'm like, okay, well, it probably wouldn't have soul to begin with. And then this is the one that I kind of made this today. So it I was playing around with like trying to figure out where I could put some spots and everything on it. And of course, when I was making it, I totally put a spot right there and didn't realize that's where I was gonna sew the nose on when I was just like thinking. Because like I said, there's so much in my head lately. And so like then when I was trying to put the spot out, I was like, now it looks like this side is bigger, but it's not. It's my color changed. But this is the one I made today. I was gonna do a flower crown, but with how the day was going, I was like, I just like cannot do a flower crown. So I got one flower done. But yeah, so I'm trying to decide, do we want to make another cow? Like, I don't know if I should do like a Valentine's cow, or like I don't know if I would consider it a Valentine's, maybe a heart cow, maybe a love cow. I'm not really doing any markets until, let me check real quick, April. So I don't like, I'm not going to February one per se, but I could probably sell one with hearts. But what do y'all think? What should we make next? I didn't want to do lavender on this cow because I feel like any purple cow is a lavender cow. So I did just purple flowers. I mean, they're all lavender color for say, but hearts on their forehead. I have somebody who has a horse that has like a little white mark that looks like a heart. It's so stinking adorable. I wish my horses had more unique markings, but alas, they are boring and plain. Yeah, it's weird because I mean, like, the registrations for this one haven't opened up yet, so like I'm not 100% certain if I'll get in, but it is the same person who did the November market that I did, so I don't think I'll have an issue getting in, because usually, like, if you get in once, you can get in pretty much anytime. So I'm gonna try and get in that one, but for me, I've been trying to find like single day markets and things that are close, but I just honestly have been unable to find much of anything. So it's really difficult for me to do 2-day markets because there's a lot of like extra things with having the barn. It's really hard for me to leave. I'm really worried about stock. So I'm trying to find single days, but it's been difficult, and also trying to find single days close to me. There's a lot like south or north, and I don't really want to drive 2 hours for a market because then I have to get like a hotel room, and that means I have to stay overnight. So I don't have many markets on my book next year. But considering I'm trying to make like a switch over from farmers markets more to like actual markets, so I don't think I need to be like going crazy since I've never done it before, and I really don't know what to expect like on a more routine basis. Pink cows, yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like maybe I should make a pink one. And if it doesn't, like, I can always post it on Facebook. I'm certain somebody will want it. A clover cow from March. Yeah, I'll have to figure it out. Because I also have friends who like their barn is dedicated to like clover, so they would absolutely love it. Hello, Sherry. I hope you're doing great. Yeah, I'm so excited you could come. I have not done a live stream in quite a bit. I feel like I can't even remember the last time I did a live stream. It had to have been in November? December? something. December 8th. Oh yeah, that's right. Because then I started to do all my Christmas stuff. So that makes sense. But it's been a hot minute. It's just I took a little bit of a break from my Christmas stuff. And then now that I'm getting like back into just recording in general, and I don't have any customs really right now, I can kind of like get back in the live streams and doing fun things, and that's why I tried to make a pattern for once. Yeah, more festivals. That's smart. I think I have I have them written down somewhere in my book. I have like a April one, an August, an October, and a November. And I'm considering doing a May one, but the May one would be 2 days, and the fee is... it's a fee. It's funny because basically all of the markets I'm looking at doing, the fee is not cheap. And it's kind of a difficult pill to swallow. Like, I think and this is single day ones, like the one I did in November was like 220, 220, 210, something like it was in the 200 range. So that's kind of, but the 2-day market that I'm looking at doing is like a street festival type thing, and that one is like for 450, and it's a juried event, and you have to pay to be like, you have to pay something to be, I guess, even like looked at. So yeah, that's but I've realized that like a majority of the festivals around me are not cheap. And I think it's just because of, honestly, it's location. I can 100% say it is location, because basically all these markets are in what I would consider like a population that is going to be the population that would spend money. Like, it's not a small town, it's a town that, like, high end kind of situation set up. So it's like, I guess the fees are so much higher because, I mean, just where it is, everything is more expensive, but it's a little bit hard to swallow. I'm like, it's a little much when I consider my little farmers markets that I was doing before was like, I don't know, $6 or something. But then the catch 22 is, if you look at like the November market that I did, my fee was, like I said, I think it was like 210, 220. I honestly can't remember, but it was that expensive. But then I made about 25. I can never say the word. I made about $2,500, like, over that. So, it's like a hard thing to be like, okay, but 500 might be a little difficult. I might have to pick up a few customs to swing that one. But we'll see. If I did it, it'd be like just a one and done, like an experience. We'll just call it that, experience. Yeah, I think it's a juried market. The other ones I do are not juried. You just send like a normal application in with like, pictures, da 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 da, and they just notify you afterwards if you get in, and then they send you the invoice to pay. But the 2-day market is like done with, I think, a more official organizer, and I also have to get insurance. So I'm like, my other one, I don't have to get insurance. So there's like a lot of factors with that one that kind of make me hesitant. So I'm still like on the fence about that one. I have it written down. Oh, actually, I have the fees written down. So it's a $25 jury fee, or like an application fee. A 10 by 10 booth was $375, and that was not a corner booth. If you wanted to apply for a corner booth, I want to say it was $450 for a 10 by 10. And then on top of that, you also had to get insurance for that event. And there was a few other like smaller fees. I didn't write them down because it wasn't like a 375 or like a 25 or 50, like that big, but there was definitely some smaller fees. So I think by the time I like sat down and looked at, application fee, table fee, or booth fee, and then like insurance, was like, it's probably gonna cost me like 5 something. And then factoring like gas too, because it's like a 30-minute drive away. It's actually right across the street, or fairly close to where I do my horse shows. So I know the area quite well, but still it's like 30 minutes. So it's just like trying to think. And then I was like, oh gosh, 2 days, I'm gonna have to hire help for an extra day, and then I gotta pay them to take care of the barn, and then I need to pay the person who helps me at the table. So there's a lot of factors with the 2-day one. A 1-day one, I'm a lot more comfortable like figuring out and doing, but 2 days is, I'm iffy. I have until like February to decide, I think, or send in my application, or February, March. I have until. So, well, maybe we'll start another cow. Maybe we'll make a Valentine's cow. I feel like I'm doing a cow a day. But I kind of want to, so that way I can get the pattern hopefully written out, and then if anyone wants to maybe like pattern test it, I was like maybe I'd get like 2 pattern testers and make the, I guess, pattern test thing pretty like short turnaround, because it takes me the time I can make a big cow, I can make 2 to 3 of these little guys. So I think all someone would need is like a couple days to really make them. I mean, luckily I was able to get it to where basically the only sewing that I did was the horns and the nose. The ears are crocheted on, and the arms and the legs, and then I of course made flowers. So then I had to sew the flowers on. But yeah, I think if I can get the willpower, I'll write up the pattern. If I can get the willpower. But I don't know which, like, I don't know if I like the standard cow better, if I like this one better. I want to make another normal cow like this with more black and white spots. I think would be really cool. This one was like kind of like my, maybe I can fix my previous mistakes. So now that I'm like, okay, I've kind of gotten things pretty much figured out with like the shape and the proportions. Now I want to experiment more with like color placements, and so that way if I do the pattern, I can have a version if somebody wants to like have a lot of color changes, or if you don't want to have a lot of color changes, like totally up to you. Right, cows? That's right. So I guess we will start on another cow. I kind of thought I was gonna end up making cows. So, I think we'll do, like I said, I think we're gonna do kind of like a Valentine's themed cow. I have so much Parfait Chunky in red that I literally don't know what to do with, because I don't crochet. Well, actually, I take the back, because I just did an actually big Parfait Chunky order, and I don't really crochet in Parfait Chunky. But I made like, I don't really use it that much, so I have so much red Parfait Chunky. So I was thinking I could crochet hearts either in the red Parfait Chunky or in acrylic yarn. Because sometimes with plush yarn, I feel like you lose details that you can see better with acrylic yarn. Let me flip this. Get it to my prettier page of handwriting. So I think if we do like the hot pink one, oh, I wish I could show you guys, but it's not going to be done for a little bit. I'm making a, the dragon pattern that's blown up, the Red Mills one. I made one dragon already, but then yesterday I got the inspiration that I want to make a cherry blossom one or dragon, but I'm going to do cherry blossoms all down the body, and then I'm going to hand embroider branches and like it's going to be a masterpiece. But I kind of wanted to have like a really big attention grabber for my markets and everything, and I was like, okay, I think I can, it would be an attention grabber if I can do it correctly, without a doubt, because I want to make certain I can get a different color for the cherry blossoms, just because it's going to be on the pink that Sweet Snuggles is, so it's kind of like a light pink, and then I would probably use this similar kind of like hot pink to do some of the accent colors with, just so it kind of stands out more. But I need a prettier or a contrasting pink, and then a nice dark brown to crochet or embroider the branches. And then I can't remember, I feel like a lot of times I see like a silver or white for some other like smaller leaves that I would want to pick up. How did I first get into crochet? Well, basically, you didn't hear me earlier. I mainly got into crochet to pay for my horses. And I've always been a little bit of a person who's had some issues with, let's just say, some mental health issues. Your girl gets depressed. So I was going through a not really good stretch of time, you know, just like life, business. I was just like in a really not good place. And I ended up I was at Michael's, and I've mentioned this before. I think I've shown some stuff before on the live streams. When I was much younger, like, God, I can't even remember, like 10 years old, I think, I used to make little halters for Breyer horses. And I would sell them on eBay for like $3 or $4. But the little halters, that's kind of like I would pay for some stuff with my horses, like horse shows and stuff, with that extra money that I made. And then it switched into painting model horses and getting into customizing model horses and selling them and entering them into competitions where they would get like judged and qualified for national competitions on like the artwork and the style and the quality of artwork. So I did that for a really, really long time. When I moved to my current place, I had to get rid of like my airbrushing equipment, my pastels. I had beautiful earth pigments and just like all that stuff I had to get rid of. So last, let's see, so 6 months, it must have been like June time, I think. I was going back to Michael's to get some acrylic paint that I needed and see if they had the pastels that I wanted to maybe get back into painting. And I did paint some new things, and I definitely would get back into painting. I just honestly do not have the time to do it. And I don't have my airbrushing equipment, so it's a little bit difficult when you don't have your airbrushing equipment. But then when I was there, I was like, oh, well, I see all these people doing polymer clay. And it's jewelry, I guess you could say, which is like the funniest thing because like I wear no jewelry. I don't have my ears pierced. So, but I like really got into it like full force. I was down with it because it was really, 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 really easy. Like anybody could just go buy like the cookie cutter whatever on Etsy and go make like polymer. Like it's, if you're just making standard stuff, it's simple. So I got into that, and I don't know what it was. Just one time I was at Michael's and I was getting clay, and I happened to look over at the yarn, and I just thought to myself, you know what? What's another hobby? Like, I'm just gonna do it. And it was, Michael's was having a massive clearance sale. So I bought the clearance yarn, and I still had a lot of the clearance yarn because I don't, I knew nothing. Like, it was just like the cheapest yarn I could find. It was like, oh, $3? Okay, perfect. Oh, $2? Yeah, I'll take it. Like, it was anything. And so that kind of kickstarted the crocheting. And then I mean, I was like selling things within a week of crocheting, I think. But I try and explain to people a lot, like, I don't go into anything halfway. So I go to an extreme. So I think like I picked up a crochet hook, and then, I mean, first starting out, I was like 8 hours a day, just like any moment I had, crochet, 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 and just like constantly, anytime. I mean, and I'm lucky. I'm a very homebody. I don't like to go out. My job is here, so I don't like have to go out. So anytime I had, I was like crochet. And then that's kind of led me to where I am now. And I think doing the farmers markets and having like a weekly thing really like pushed me to constantly make something and constantly to make new things. So basically, long story short, I was just at a not good point, and I needed to start paying for my horses, and my horse was going through a lot of recovery from a surgery. So I needed money coming in to pay for his vet bills, and that's kind of how I got in crochet. And then it's stuck with, I would say this is the longest I've stuck with a hobby. I always get asked by people like, when are you gonna stop? Because I do kind of like bounce from things. Um, but I have not stopped yet. I don't really plan on stopping for the time being until maybe down the line. But even then, I hope to be doing this for a little bit longer, hopefully. Maybe just grow in other ways. I mean, I've been trying to talk to some people about doing some store work, but I don't know if I really want to get in a store. It's a whole nother thing. What's the go with the trend? Yeah, that's how I was. I bought it a while ago and then it like blew up, and then I was like, okay, well, if I make it now, everyone's gonna think that I'm just jumping on. I try and stay away from trends. Like, I try and stay very far away from trends. But it's super easy to make. Only thing I would recommend if you make it is the first time didn't put a stitch marker where I did the increases. So it was a little difficult for me to see the double crochet increases like in the beginning round. So then like when I got to the sewing, I think I sewed things like a little wonky on the first dragon because I just totally missed the double crochet increases. So the one I'm making right now, I just put like a stitch marker where I started the increases so that way I know like this is the top of the head and this is where the eyes are, because it's easy. I think it's easy not to see that unless, well, until you start sewing things on and then you're like too far past, because by the time I realized it was like something's a little wonky. It's like, where's the double crochet? Oh yeah, that's why it's wonky. It's not right. Yeah, that's why I'm just like full force, like all in, never too much all in, probably. Is needle, is that, I think I follow somebody on Instagram that does that, and isn't that the one that it's, like, people make the rugs or, like, something, like, drink koozies or something? I think I've seen that before. Oh yeah, Amy, no problem. If you ever have any other questions, like I always tell people, I am pretty much an open book. I have always been kind of this way, so I'm always open to answer questions, and I'm just a chill, relaxed person. I'm just here, you know. Car coasters. Yeah, that's what I think I follow somebody on Instagram who does it, and she makes so much off of doing it. I had no idea there was that whole um side of crochet, or like I don't not I guess it's not crochet but yarn work. Um but she's like constantly, she was posting today the account that I followed about like the wholesale orders she was doing, and just she's like a monthly little thing that you can sign up for um to get the car coasters. So my car is not that cute, so I can't guarantee, I don't want to spend the money. I think I drive my car maybe once a week, so I'm not, I don't need anything cute. Hello, Heather. Okay, we're gonna get somewhat started on this cow. But I don't know, I don't really think, I don't want to do a cherry blossom cow. So I think a heart Valentine's cowl might be in order. I would love if you guys have any other suggestions for like maybe themed cowls or anything that you might want to see or you think would be cute. Please let me know because my brain has been so fried lately and I really don't want to make the exact like I don't want to make the lavender like I'm certain I'll make some lavender cows and I'll make some sunflower cows, but I'm getting past it. Like I'm like give me some variety. But my brain has been like out, so I can't even think about that stuff. That's why with the purple cow I made today, that's why I did those flowers opposed to lavender, because I was like, I can't. Also, maybe it was just because I did so many flowers recently that I'm like, oh no, not another flower, please. Oh my gosh, a rubber ducky float. Oh, that might be cute. I might have to try that one. I wonder what colors I would do for the base though. Maybe like a blue. I feel like blue is kind of like ocean, summer vibes. Maybe I'll remake my lemon. I was gonna make a lemon and Sprite one, and that's what I did the first pattern test for this, or my first go through of making the pattern. But he looks demented. I'm pretty certain he's gonna be my new sleep paralysis demon, because that cow, I don't have it up here, but he is terrifying. It's so scary. So maybe I'll make a lemon and lime like Sprite themed cow again, but oh my gosh, the cow is gonna haunt me. I might have to keep it just because like I just might have to keep it to just like have a memento. Cause it's terrifying. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I have so much Parfait Chunky and red that like I think I could crochet maybe some hearts and sew it on. I just don't want to do cherry blossom. Like maybe I'll crochet little hearts for antlers, horns. Trying to add some variety. Well, hey, I mean, if I end up writing this pattern up, feel free. I mean, I would love to, if I write this pattern up, I would love to select people like to test that actually watch me, because I feel like I would much prefer that over just like some like random person. That's if I just get through and actually end up writing this pattern up and stuff. But I've been selected once to test, but I can't, it was like a smaller kind of account to test for, and it was the gnome that I made, and that was my first test. I'm like playing around with still doing testing and stuff for other people. I like definitely want to test a little bit more, but at the same time, I'm somebody who crochets so much with like how I'm feeling, and so like some days I just want to make small cute things that are going to take me 30 minutes. Other days I want to like make crazy intricate crazy stuff. So I'm like pattern testing, unless you truly love like there's been a few that I haven't really like loved the pattern, but I'm like, oh, this would be great to pattern test it, and then if I get selected, I'm like, oh, that's right, I wanted to do that. But I also kind of backed off on it because I was trying to do a lot of pattern testing, but then it was right when Christmas was happening, and all I could think was like, I'm adding even more stuff to crochet when I literally have 0 time to crochet to begin with. strawberry cows with oh, I've seen so many strawberry cows, but I haven't seen many mini ones, so that could be a fun one to do. Like maybe fruit themed ones. How cute would have oh, that would be so cute. I definitely would want to have like I think I've seen the parfait chunky. There's like a key lime color. I think that would, or like they have a teal, like a greener color than Sweet Snuggles, and that would probably be so stinking cute. That is literally, Susan, that is the color that I need. The tangerine one is the one I go through the most, and I think that's primarily because of the fact that like Sweet Snuggles doesn't have an orange, or Sweet Snuggles Light and Chanel Home Slim, they don't have an orange, so I really I depend upon Premier Parfait Chunky and their orange. So this is, I think, all I have left of it, because I use it for a variety of things, and they are sold out on Premier's website, and they're sold out on the Hirsch, whatever, something website. So I ended up ordering it off of Amazon, which always ends up being more like expensive and everything, but I just have none and I need it. I want to like make some foxes, but I want to make like, I might make another like pattern for like cute chunky mini foxes. So I needed to get more. So I'm hoping to get the Amazon yarn by Thursday, which will be 6. So I'm hoping that'll keep me, fingers crossed, it'll keep me lasting for a while, but you never know. Well, like I said, guys, if I end up writing up this pattern, I mean, it seemed like there was interest in the pattern when I posted it on Instagram and stuff the other day. So if I end up actually I have it written up. It's all right here. So if I take the time to actually like write it up, if there's still enough interest and people are like, oh yeah, I would like to make this and whatnot, then I'll definitely put the time, because this upcoming week is going to rain so much, so I'm not going to be able to ride that much. So I could, and I think what I want to do is I also want to record videos of some things, like with this, crocheting the ears into the body, and because the ears are like you don't sew them. And for this particular pattern, I decided that I wanted to add, because I don't see this very often, I wanted to make it where you had pink, but the thing is it's still the color back here, because a lot of times with these cow patterns, majority of the ones I see is like the ears are just like, the ears would just be lavender, or the ears here would just be black, and there wouldn't be like this accent color. It was something I wanted the accent color, like that's a me thing. So I thought if I did the pattern, then I would like record like how you crochet this together and how you'll crochet it onto the body and whatnot. But if I do end up doing the pattern, like I said, I would definitely love to have people that support me, like here on the YouTube and on Instagram and whatnot. I would love to have y'all, you all, test the pattern, opposed to just like having somebody completely random test the pattern. I think I would love to give back to people who support me, and that's like my big thing, is like everyone on YouTube has done so much for me already, so I just want to like try and give back and support people as much as possible. So I would definitely, if I write up a pattern, would love to have people that watch the live streams or my YouTube videos test it, opposed to just a random person. Yesterday temperature. Oh my gosh, I was so tempted to do a temperature blanket, but I just don't really like, I'm so afraid of my cats. I have like a very specific blanket that I have upstairs that, like, it's my cat area blanket. But oh my gosh, guys, y'all don't even know. I haven't even said this. I think I deleted it from my last video. Soon, we're gonna have a yarn area, like a room that's gonna be all dedicated to crocheting. It's gonna be dedicated to painting the safety eyes, like, and then that way, if anyone ever wanted to like send me anything, I can put it on the walls, and I'm gonna be able to have like like shelves and everything to put like my yarn up and not have to worry about my cats getting into it. And I'm so excited because then for the live streams I can like sit in a chair that's not going to kill my back and have y'all at like a better angle for like videos. So I'm really, really excited about that, and I'm excited about having like my own little crochet area, and it's not going to be flooding every single room in my house, and there's not gonna be yarn everywhere because there's a lot of yarn everywhere. But it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think hopefully I'll start moving things into that kind of area and getting it set back up and everything this week, and so I will record it, of course, and take y'all along with me because I'm excited. And I was like, oh my gosh, if I could like get to the point where people wanted me send me things, I could display it for like the live streams and have like my own room and not have to worry about the cats destroying it. So maybe I could do a temperature blanket and put it in the crochet room, because that could be fun. It could be. Okay, I missed the comment. I would, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would love to have local, like, local people. I love to have people that like generally like they love or they enjoy the channel and everything, and just people that I generally care about and want to see like y'all have a piece of this. So I'm maybe I'll try and write it up. I'll try. Started for 2008. Yeah, I have so many whips. Like, oh my gosh, I have one wall downstairs that's just like all of these beheaded bodies. I'm like, no, I'm not touching them today. Y'all can live a little longer with no head. Scroll down. Oh my gosh, I never do this on my phone. Oh, it's edition Empire because I never got around to buy. Oh, that okay. I'll see what I can do with the pattern. I definitely want to add like some variation for y'all. I don't want it to be like boring, plain. Like, I want to make certain that if you get the pattern, it's a good pattern. Like, not just like I've bought so many patterns. They're just like, I sit there and I'm like, okay, well, that was like $3. But I want to make like some variations. Like, maybe I'll crochet a part of the pattern where if you wanted to make a flower crown, like, you have that addition. Or if you maybe wanted to do the spots, or if you wanted a tail, like that type of things, I definitely want to add on, because I definitely want to make certain that people are like getting the bang for their buck. Not like you get a pattern and then you're sitting there like, oh my gosh, I wish I got so much more. Let me scroll back down on my phone. I'm touching a button that I'm not supposed to touch. Hand painted safety. Yeah, I started painting safety eyes. I don't. Oh, my unicorn is downstairs. But I did record on my really nice camera some video footage of the safety eyes, and they are. I just did ones for my unicorn that were like pink, purple, because that was kind of the colors I chose to do. And they had some different sparkles, and it was really pretty. So I definitely want to do the hand painted safety eyes. And then if you've been following along a little bit, then you probably heard me also mention about doing a little bit more paint, like actual painting. I feel like safety eyes, there's a lot of people who do like the glitter ones, and I also want to stand out a little bit and offer the, like, if you wanted a, I don't know, like a summer themed one, I could paint like, I don't know, like a little beach. Like I want to add, I want to make it more than just like, and not boring, but typical. I guess that's what I should say. Like variety. Like I want to make it like if I wanted a sunflower cow, I could have like sunflower painted safety eyes with like a gorgeous gold background that just pops and like gets your attention. Like that's kind of what I want to go for. And I've mentioned before that like if I started to do the safety eyes a little bit more frequent, um to even maybe set up a Patreon, yeah, I think it's Patreon, where there's like a monthly safety eye thing where if you sign up for that, then every single month you're gonna get a like custom safety, or like, you know, something that maybe wouldn't be for sale, and you get to pick what sizes you want, and every single month you'll get them, and then you'll get like the patterns if I continue to make patterns, things like that. I mean, that's definitely something in this year that I'm definitely looking at doing and trying to offer. But I think my biggest thing has always been trying to be a little different. Me, myself, and I am different in general. Ain't anybody gonna like me, I'm different just in general. But there's, I feel like it's kind of what I was talking before about like polymer clay jewelry. It's really easy for you to randomly go out to the store, get some glitter, and like make a glitter safety eye. I want to take it the step above to separate myself, and also just to add a lot of personality to my creations. I think the more details like that, people notice them. And if you do things like that besides like a standard black eye or like just a standard gold, like that's what's going to draw people into your creations. Or if you're in a market, like those little details people pick up on and appreciate a lot more than I think other people realize. And so just for like myself, like I want to make that and then offer it to people who maybe want that as well. It's kind of like the cows. Like I wanted to make a pattern that fit what I actually know there's a demand for, and I've had people come up and like literally ask me for this. And so since I couldn't find what I wanted, I just made it. And I'm trying to add some differences to it. And that's why if I do the pattern and everything, I want there to be different things to make it stand apart from like the regular cows and whatnot, which is kind of why I wanted this shape more than like some of the other cows I found. But that's kind of my thought process in the safety eyes. And I've thought about the Patreon stuff. So and then that would too have like podcast type stuff, because I have all the podcast equipment in the world to film. So good night, Margaret. Well, don't worry, I will be back to doing live streams a little bit more frequently. So I'll definitely be doing a few more, probably like one more, I think, this week, maybe two. Honestly, just depends with everything going on, like with my other job. Always dependent upon that. But let me see. Haven't gotten any text about that. I've just been waiting to see if I'm gonna get any more text. Well, actually, oh my gosh, it's 9:07. Well, actually, guys, I probably will be signing off because I didn't realize it was so late already. And today has just been like, oh my gosh, so crazy and heck. Oh, my cat's meowing for me. She knows. She knows. It's nighttime. She said, "Girl, you better get over here." So I'll probably be ending the live stream too. And stick around, guys. I mean, keep an eye out on Instagram or whatnot if you are interested in testing. I'll probably, of course, I usually make a post on like YouTube and everything as well. if I do end up doing the tester call. And like I said, I would love to. Oh my gosh, my phone is tripping. This is like, it's telling me that it's time to go. But I will also be recording everything with moving into the new room and setting up the UI display. So probably my phone keeps wanting to crash. So it's trying to communicate with me that it's done for the day. But I probably will end the live stream here, and then I will see. My cat's also telling me to get over. She's angrily scratching my bed. Thank you. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Keep an eye out on Instagram. If you are interested in testing, I probably would have like 2 or 3 testers. And then I'll see you guys probably in the next live stream. Don't know when it'll be. Probably be towards the end of the week and the next video. So, bye guys! Let's see if I remember how to turn off the live stream, because that never happens correctly. Yes.